As we are all getting older and deciding our paths to take in life, we all fall under three categories. The Type A, who has the grades but not every scholarship to get their desired free ride. The Type B students without the grades or the money, but they've got good work ethic and they're figuring it out. And C, the basement dweller. That's where the Reserved Officer Training Corps comes in to assist not just the Type C people, but the whole damn alphabet. You sign yourself away to the military, see what you're actually doing. ROTC programs are located at every public college in the U.S. and some private schools. Ivy League schools are notorious for neglecting these programs to ensure the university makes the most amount of money. And the absence of a ROTC program only makes paying for an education near impossible. So if you're looking to go to Vassar, don't! Cousin who went to Vassar and he ended up in the Fry's Bakery baking bread for the next 6 years of his life. Maybe if my cousin had access to the ROTC program at Vassar, theoretically he may have developed further and had a better chance at finding success outside of college. Don't believe me? Take Dr. Felsenberg's perspective of the matter.
I want to say that some of the ROTC students in my class have been among the best, and I add to my lectures because they do learn about military history, a field that's been unfortunately neglected at some universities. They know about strategy. They know the difference between tactics and strategy. They know the difference between generalship, good generalship, bad generalship.
This proposition of good and bad generalship that Dr. Felsenberg proposes connects perfectly with my cousin's decision to bake bread at Fry's and grow mushrooms in his closet in his dad's guest house for the next 15 years of his life. But enough of the negatives, let's focus on the positives. The last 50 years, we've seen the United States military reach various new heights. From $820.3 billion spent last year to an estimated $1 trillion this year, it's safe to say the war industry isn't going anywhere. But there is still the question, where is this money going? Let's do a quick math, all right? There's $1 trillion in this pot, all right? So there are 2.6 million active service members in the United States military. Say each college semester is $22,000 including housing and food, meal plan, whatever. $22,000 flat, whatever. Okay, multiply that by 2, multiply that times 4, multiply that by 2.6 million. That's 4.5 billion theoretical dollars going to your education. What? How do I get a piece of this $1 billion pie? It's actually $1 trillion. It's 4.5. But it sounds enticing, right? It sounds enticing, but you're like, no, there's a catch. There's a catch. I'm going to war. I'm going to die for my country. There's something going on. There is no catch. You can join the National Guard. So with the National Guard, you have two active days out of the month. You're just on base. You're patrolling. Do nothing. Pretty much do nothing. The most you have to do is a little bit of training, PT every week for 4 years until you go to basic, and then you get all of the benefits. You get your college paid for, you get tax reductions. If you're married, your spouse gets benefits as well. If you die, if you're active in the member and you're in the war and you die in the war, you get your spouse will get $550,000, and if you're not married, it'll go to your parents. So if you die, your family gets $500,000. Here's an interview with my dear friend who is a Type C.
James, what are you doing for your country?
I'm serving for my country.
What?
I'm serving.
In what branch of the military?
The Marines.
Say that one more time.
The Marines.
All right. And why are you joining the Marines?
It's the hardest.
And?
I want to be a Marine.
And?
They all have that.
No, but just say it.
To go to college.
And what will they do?
They'll pay for it.
Oh, that's amazing. What's your name?
James Campbell Muckerman.
If you ever consider yourself a stray in the sea of life, the military is a life raft for all young adults, especially those without a proper education. When I say all young adults, there's always that one snot-nosed short weirdo who pipes up and says, what about women? And to that I say, what about women? I said all young adults, did I not? In fact, women are more successful in professions such as medical services, administration, intelligence analysts, communications, personal directors, and logistics officers. Old-fashioned people like Nate Hochman argue that efforts to make women eligible for the military draft is both immoral and bad politics. I think it's a necessity for women to join the draft, especially if we go to war. I don't want a male nurse. Let's not get hung up on the subject of war, and don't worry, I didn't prance around it. I feel like we touched on it enough. It's the number one issue with my argument, but let me convince you otherwise before I bash my own thesis into the ground. Even if the United States was to go to war, all the steps I gave you to take advantage of your country wouldn't require you to serve overseas. As the National Guard, you are defending the homeland, and if you haven't noticed, we haven't had an on-foot invasion in the U.S. for over 100 years. The real chance of you ever seeing a fight will be in the news. So I urge all you A's, B's, and C's to take advantage of your country. Thank you. Goodbye.
And if you guys don't believe my information, here's my works cited. So, yeah. I'm not sure how to cite James Muckerman, though.